to ask you, one of the most controversial records or most dopest records I've ever heard you make was Big's Brother, used to be. And I thought that was so honest. Because a lot of people, I believe the word jealous is not a bad word. Sometimes you can be jealous and say, I want what this person wants. That doesn't mean you're a hater. Hate is something different. Hate is, I despise you. And I felt like that's not what it was saying with that record, but it was like, I want this slot, and I'm gonna stop at no means of getting the slot. Am I incorrect?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
And I think about when I do things, you know, I go and be on my monk. I'm just traveling the world. I have a home, stuff like but when we go in, like we was doing the listening sessions, we want to make it hurt. That's what competition is. We made everybody push their summer back. You know, Drake pushed back those release dates. That's for fact. That actually, you know, that actually happened. And then they had people come out saying, oh, you know, he, you know, the other thing, I saw this thing that Styles said about this going back and forth. I understand it's interesting to people, but man, I love Drake. I love all artists, period. But not even to mention Drake. I love Drake. I love all artists. Now let's have Drake just have his spot of what he meant in my life specifically and what he's meant to rap, you know, over the past decade specifically. This is I would say the most, if I wasn't me, most of the time. This is a very important artist that actually added something to the algorithm. Because watch this, it's like our phones have what do you call their, like, the hard drives and the way somebody that's more technical. The chips, the microchips, right?
The processors.
The processors, right? We are God's ultimate iPhone. We are God's favorite creation. So if Steve Jobs was God, we would be his iPhone. And we are simply programmed. And we go with the program, and some are unprogrammed, and some of the unprogrammed are people who they say are crazy, or people who go off the rails, people who end up homeless. And the program are the people who go with the program. And you have this thing, like when I said, when I hit you with a WYD, you better not hit me with a HUY. You better be like, hi, with a bunch of I's, or hey, with a bunch of Y. And so it's, you know, people who heard that song would text me back with a bunch of I's or a bunch of Y's. We just right there adjusted the programming. That's simple. That's what media, that's a mind control. It's all about, can you be a part of the programming? What I say to Drake is he added something to the algorithm as we become more civilized and more sophisticated. The style of rap that he was doing was more sophisticated than the style of rap that I grew up on. Now, it had notes from Nas and Rakim, and obviously from me, but it also had notes from Sade. It had notes, and people want to make jokes about that, but it made it.
No, I give massages to Sade.
There you go.
I play Sade. I give massages.
There you go. So
you a real nigga? Just throwing it out there. That's what I do. I'm sorry. I cut you off. I'm sorry.
So that made it. His music was more accessible. There was a time when, like, rap wasn't as accessible, and he created this thing that actually has good melodies in it, you know, good music in it that became massively accessible. So it's sort of like the iPhone. Music is such an interesting thing to create, a genre to create in, because grab music right now, grab it with your hands. It's like it's in the air.
Intangible, right?
It's intangible. It's intangible, like the concept of a relationship. You know what I'm saying? You with somebody, you might only see them twice out the week. If y'all married, you might only see them 2 hours a day, 3 hours a day before y'all go to sleep. But y'all together. It's a concept that you live on, an idea. You know, in this GTA, we are an idea.